Hi there, this is Jacky, your Acme Success Coach. Now, in this video, my question to you is, who are you? You see, the question that philosophers have asked themselves for thousands of years, and I truly believe that this is a question that you deserve to ask yourself as well. Now, there was once a there was once a story that was being told about the scorpion and the frog, and it seemed that one day a scorpion was trying to cross the river over to the other side of the river, and as such, he was looking for help when he saw Mr. Frog. And so, as the scorpion came up to Mr. Frog and say, "Hey, you know what, Mr. Frog, would you be nice enough to allow me to ride on your back, so that I could actually travel, I can actually swim across to the other side of the shore and to meet my relatives and friends there." Now, of course, the frog, being very cautious, and replied and said, "Well, you know what, Mr. Scorpion, I don't think that is a very good idea." And so the scorpion said, "Now, why not, Mr. Frog?" And so the frog said, "Because you are a scorpion, and we all know that scorpions sting frog. Now, what if I were to carry you across to the other side of the river, and now before I could even do so, and you would sting me, and we would die?" Well, you know what? The scorpion replied, "You know what, Mr. Frog? Now then, you're probably not using your froggy brain. Now, if I were to kill you and sting you before we reach the other side of the river, now I would die, and both of us die. Now, why would I do something that is self-destructive?" Now, guess what? And the frog allowed the scorpion to ride on his back, and as they were halfway through the river, swimming across the river, the frog suddenly felt the sting on its back. And as it turned back, it started to realize that the scorpion had indeed stung the frog. Now, as the frog, cried out to the scorpion and said, "No, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Now that you have stung me, and both of us are going to die." Now, as the scorpion looked at the frog, and with this very puzzled look, and finally he said, "Well, I guess that's because I'm a scorpion, and scorpions sting frogs." Now, in case you're wondering, what is the moral of the story? Now, what if it's who we perceive ourselves to be, now identity that has the power to shape our lives? You see, very often people attend seminars, motivation seminars, and all with the intent of wanting to have some of their negative behaviors changed. And it's all about changing and modifying their behavior. Now, whereas true change, sustainable change in one's behavior, I believe truly comes from a change in the identity. Now, as long as you're going to perceive yourself as a drug addict, for example, you are a caffeine addict, and that's who you're going to be, and it's likely that you're going to stay on drugs and stay on caffeine. Well, but when you start changing how you perceive yourself, the identity, at the identity level, who you really are at the very core. Now, guess what? Your identity is going to shape the behavior, your behavior, and the actions that you're going to take. And of course, we know that that is where true lasting change actually happens. So, in this video, I have a very simple assignment for you. That is, I really like you to take a moment to think about this question again that philosophers have asked themselves for thousands of years. And I truly believe that you deserve to ask yourself as well, which is, who are you really? Or who do you really want to become? It's only when you start changing your perception of who you are at the very core that's where lasting change truly happens. With that, all the best to you, and I look forward to connect with you again very soon. This is Jacky signing off.